who's seen actual TV shows and who's seen Netflix TV shows?
Okay, I've seen both.
Seen both.
Now, you're going to have to be a little more specific on what we're aiming at here. Do we want stuff specifically from all of, technically this year, because we're almost at the end of the
Well,
year.
yeah, let's just do this
Just
year.
this year, or are we doing like this year?
Just
last
this year,
combined?
because
Let's
you
just
could be
do this
talking
year.
for hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright. If we're going to do that, we might as well start with One Punch Man.
Oh yeah,
Because technically that's TV.
that's probably like the biggest thing that's come out right now since Attack on Titan.
Has anybody seen the series of pictures out there where it's like you have Goku and it's like you see him as normal, then as Super Saiyan, and it's like you have Yusuke and it shows him as normal in his demon form,
Yeah.
and then it shows like one other person, and then it's like, and then you have this fool, and it shows him like this, and then
Yeah.
like all super serious. It's like transform.
Because like it doesn't matter for
It doesn't matter.
It makes you stronger. It's like okay.
No,
It's like this is me just playing around. This is me serious. Let's get it on. Let's go.
that's because he never has to get serious. He never does.
I loved watching him cry when he realized he destroyed his supermarket. He was like, "My bargain deals."
No, but that's because nobody in that series after that first fight was a serious fight, the one that they showed you in the flashback. And ever since then, he has not had a serious, after he finished his training, he has not had a serious opponent. I don't know if it's some genetic marker that was triggered, they don't never go into it because it's not important. But, yeah, if you haven't seen the last 2 episodes, you need to sit down and watch the last 2 episodes because it's all S ranks. Like Moomin Rider shows up for a minute doing this thing where he's going in there with his bike and rescuing people because the paramedics are all dipshits. But yeah, it's all S ranks, so it's all serious fighting. Like anybody below an S rank would have gotten freaking annihilated. Even what is it, Puni Prisoner? Yo,
Puni Prisoner.
yes.
Have you not seen that yet?
I haven't seen that.
Oh
part
my
yet.
god!
No,
You need to see it.
No.
Yeah.
But he learned from that last fight when the king beat him almost to death, and the only thing the king whispered to him was, "A combo attack is meant to kill your opponent. Let me show you how it's done." And then he beat this man. He beat this man like this dude fucked his wife and kidnapped his kids. He beat this man like Liam Neeson from Taken beat up all those gangsters in one person.
Holy hell.
Yeah, and to make it matters worse, technically, that is essentially what happened to this king. Technically. He sent his people up there, they fucked him up, and he goes, no, I'm not playing with you people anymore.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't even fighting. It's like one of those I am not even fighting at full strength deals because like you see him, he's fighting, and all the fights are just amazing. Props to the animation studio that did it because all the fights are just like these full featured back and forth, just give and take kind of deals, and then it starts raining and then the fights are over.
Yeah, what he tells you is like when you get to find out, they say, "I'm sorry guys, it's raining. I needed a drink." And you're like,
It's okay,
what?
she was parched.
Wow.
And that fight in the end was still nothing. Now in this last episode, he straight up, because the dude, like, let's just say like a city got destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, he went full force, not holding back. He was going to end this fight like he ended all the others. The man hit the wall, his armor breaks, he gets the biggest grin on his face. It's like Kenpachi.
Right.
The armor was there. The armor was there to prevent him from just obliterating everything. And the dude broke it. And that's his sign that yes.
I have finally found someone.
Yes.
It's gonna be a Kenpachi Ichi fight.
Yes.
This is gonna be awesome.
Exactly. Now you see why I was going off in chat, because that is exactly what is
I
about to
haven't
happen.
seen that episode yet. I've got to. Oh man. So that's One Piece. Or sorry, not One Piece, but One Punch Man.
But I mean, One Piece still going on.
It is, but it technically.
What
doesn't
episode
count
is it
either.
on now? Like 500?
No, I think
1,000?
it's more like 700.
It's like 8, maybe.
Like, does it really need to go that far? Like, I'm not trying to hate on One Piece. Don't get me wrong. It's just, don't you feel that there's enough's enough for some shows?
Yo,
I mean,
they are still milking that cow as far as
Thing
it
is,
can
though,
take.
they're killing it though. Like they say, One Piece is still making like top ratings over in Japan.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Okay, so there's
It's
still
like-
good story beats.
yeah.
So, okay, if,
They
there's
said-
if you're doing great with like story arc after story arc, that's one thing.
I mean, yeah, it's not Bleach. Bleach is dead.
No,
I-
technically not dead. The person said he was ready for it to end.
I mean,
He ended it himself.
He ran out of ideas. Like to me, Bleach still ended perfectly on the first arc.
Yeah, the anime is like dead. I mean, he's still going with the manga though, I believe.
All right.
It's just weird. But
I'm just gonna scroll through this list and try and fresh.
I'm
up my
sorry.
Nope.
As far
Stop
as
it.
Oh.
if we go with like other things for this, past year and everything,
See, if
I know
we're, I wish.
Overlord and Gangsta,
I
Yeah.
haven't
two
seen.
good ones.
I haven't seen the second one.
Haven't seen it.
Have you finally
Gangsta.
watched Overlord?
I watched the first episode.
Oh, you son of a... You need to finish.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I need to finish.
I checked
past-
out this,
like, I think
but this
I was
doesn't
on
count
5.
for
I think I was on 5 for Overlord,
15.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, you
and
stopped
stuff-
watching it because you got tired of like you got tired of the cliffhangers and waiting until the
Yeah.
next
That's
episode.
technically
It's.
Yeah.
I hate doing that though. I hate waiting for episodes to come
But
out.
that's what
and
makes
it's
it-
just like
I
I
understand.
can't do this. I can't do this. I have.
Well, that's the whole
to
point
go.
of it. Hey, at least you're watching it without commercial breaks.
No. It's like,
Imagine.
but-
Imagine, like, for example, like you sit there, you put on Netflix, right? And you
Mhm.
watch like an entire 3 seasons, and then you get like that one moment where it gives you that really heavy cliffhanger, and it's the season finale. Now imagine, you know for a fact that the next one you're gonna get to watch that next episode in like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
Now imagine being in there with the people, sitting there, watching that season finale, going, "Oh hell no!" Like here's a great one for I'm sure everybody's seen this by now, but if y'all don't watch like say NCIS, but like here's a great one. In one of the season finales, they have everybody gets blown up. Ducky, the lead doctor, falls over from a heart attack on the beach where nobody is first thing in the morning.
Okay.
So there's no one to really know. And he falls having the heart attack after getting the phone call that says that these people just pretty much died. We're talking the entire cast, whereas inside of a building explosion.
Was this like one of the more recent seasons?
Yeah, it was like about 2 or 3 seasons ago.
Okay.
Damn it, ISIS!
But yeah, so and now imagine the ending scene is watching Ducky die.
Oh wow.
And if that's where the series ended, I would be okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just imagine though them going, and now you have to wait 6 months to find out what happens.
See, I couldn't even do that though. I mean, but the thing is, that's the difference between live action and anime. It's like anime will at least finish within most of the time.
Bull.
Within the first season.
Boom.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
That's if
It's
they
like-
only have one season.
But that's American TV shows. American TV shows will give you that cliffhanger for the end of the season. They'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like-
Is this 2015?
Example.
No, it's 2014.
Go back a couple.
Example. Okay.
That show right there
This one?
was such a disappointment.
Was it
The
really?
regular
I
at
put it on my
Magic
list
High
because I wanted to
School.
take a look at it.
It starts off great. They give them decent flaws. Both of them have flaws, but it ends up turning into this band is an infallible super genius who can do no wrong. And I'm just like, well, there you go. That's you just destroyed your plot. Thanks. Knights of Sidonia second season.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of weird. It had an R-Type-C thing going on in the first season. Second season brings the hybrids in there, and I know they want to make you like it, but my inner paladin's going, well, that's a monstrosity, and you need to kill the fire.
And that's why you're the paladin. I am the nasty little rogue hanging out on the side, making sure you don't die doing something stupid.
But yeah, and that should go over one. By the way, I'll know Zero was disappointing too. That is
Noragami.
yeah. The second season's out this season, and the story is still fairly solid.
I hear a lot about it.
It's about a minor war god, basically.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
what
this
you were telling me. Where
yes.
everybody is like, there's gods, and
There are,
like, they have,
it's
like,
definitely Japanese. There's different tiers of gods. The more, like, for instance, you have Izanagi and Izanami at the top.
uh-huh.
Well, One of them's at the top because the other one's dead, and she's actually the source of phantoms, apparently.
Fascinating.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you have different tiers, and they all take faith directly from their followers. Faith is what keeps them alive. Faith is what keeps them running, and part of their job as gods is to make sure that calamities, disasters, negative emotions, and all that, they're the ones there to relieve that sort of stress. So the more minor gods end up acting more like guardian angels in the Christian sense, but their weapons have a very soul eaterish vibe to me, because their weapons are the souls of lost humans. The ones that have basically Casper, the friendly ghost, would be a weapon in Noragami, because a god would find Casper before a demon did, Phantom did, and he would bind Casper to him, give him a name, and Casper would turn into a tool or a weapon of some sort.
I can get down with that.
Now, to throw this out there, the way based on what I've been hearing, I've been thinking of it along the lines of taking Shin Megami Tensei, like the whole demon collection thing and binding contracts. Then taking the Soul Eater thing where where they can transform back and forth.
See, I'm going to have to put a very, very big halt on the Shin Megami Tensei, because I've stated this once before, and I'll state this again. The big reason why I like Noragami so much is because, and they show that in the second season. They allude to it in the first season, and they show it in the second season. Having a shit ton of named servants is actually a bad thing, because it can resonance cascade out of control, and then your entire clan is demons and they're dead, and you're dying as a god, because gods are directly affected by the mental well-being of the servants under their care. So a god with 5 servants can maintain 5 strong servants can be a lot more well off than a god with 50 or 100 or 250, because the problem with that becomes everybody has to keep even keel so their god doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
Because their god, every time you steal, every time you do something negative, the god itself gets stung, because a god is the sum collection of positive energy relating to a specific subject. So, for instance, the god of war is not about raping and pillaging. The god of war is about nobility on the battlefield. More Athena than Ares.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, and this is the problem that she's had, is that she collects people like orphans, and she builds herself. She constructs herself a family, because that's the kind of person that she ends up being most of the time. If a god dies, they reincarnate, but they lose all their previous memories. Problem is that it becomes hard to remember everybody's face and name and ask how they're doing. Do you feel like your goals are being fulfilled? Is there anything you need for 200 people? So then what ends up happening is that one person starts feeling kind of a ways, because they're dead, they have no family, they don't really need to eat, they're just whiling away the time, and then they start feeling away. And then the god starts getting sick, and then everybody starts feeling kind of suspicious. Well, who is it? Who did it? And then if nobody can find it, it gets worse and worse and worse, until it starts like a mental infection. It spreads, and it spreads to more people, and then it gets to a point where the god is now so sick she can't move. So even if she wanted to solve the issue, she can't, because now she's debilitated, because 50 people are suspicious of everybody around them, and she's feeling like shit. Her skin's starting to blacken and crisp up. All her elites are now busy trying to fix the issue, but in order to fix the issue, because the god is down, they've got to take more extreme measures, which make everybody else. And then all of a sudden it cascades to a point where even her elites are now like infected with the phantom issue, and the god itself is dying, and it turns into this gigantic monstrosity, and then you have to go and kill all of it.
Throwing this together, this sounds like a little more like the Valkyries. For example, like Freya and Sumeria, when they had to go and collect the heroic souls, and they had to establish their well-being and make them strong, so they didn't fall in Valhalla.
Well, yeah, but there's a specific point to that. They weren't holding on to them. They were gathering them and training them to fight an endless war.
Yes, and then
So,
which brings me to my question though. when they did find this, were they able to detach the souls, or was it bound? They
No,
were bound?
you can release. You can release. But it is generally seen as a very, very negative thing. And the branding of a name is actually still fairly permanent. What happens, though, is that if the person does seek and receive employment from another god, they become what the story calls a Nora, which is a person who has no actual name. They have many, many names, like a person who like, let's say a person's called, like, my name is Andre, but in one group of people I'm known as Grandpa, another group of people I'm known as Bo, another group of people I'm known as Slick. I have many, many names, and the way it works is that it's the system of power in the show works is a version of naming.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to control a thing, you must be able to name it. A person who has many names technically has no name because they can go, that's not my name though.
Okay.
So they look down upon our second-class citizens, but in a way they are a bit more free than most of the other inhabitants because they can go, that's not my name, you can't bind me, but I can definitely bind you.
Okay.
That's actually pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. So
Let's check that out.
check out some other ones now. Any ones
so-
you can think of?
As far as Netflix, me myself, I don't have Netflix, so I fail on that. Like, I've been catching up. I usually watch a lot of real TV, or not real TV, but live action stuff.
I'm an
One
adult,
of the-
I watch the actual people.
I'll bring up one of the ones that is probably gonna become one of my favorites by the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Into the Badlands.
Okay, see, that's on my to-watch list, I just haven't.
It is probably
You
one
know-
of the only stories, one of the only shows you'll
2015
watch.
saddens me.
What?
It came out in 2015.
Yeah.
The one that you refused to go past 3 on.
But it's probably one of the only shows that I've seen that is actually original. It's based off an original story line. Like essentially it's about this guy who was trained by these different who was trained by this warlord or whatever of this land. And there's, I believe, 4 or 5 warlords. They're called barons of this like Badlands area or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they each control and kind of like control their area and don't step on each other's toes. But secretly, they're all trying to like take one another over.
Oh, so standard royalist politics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but the guy who is over this like particular baron, he's like his top guy, and he sends him out. He trusts him with everything. Sends him out on like the special missions when he's got to get someone killed, and on his back he has the kills to prove it. Like he has a tattoo notch for every single kill that he's got, and his whole back is covered in it. And the thing is though, he found this boy one day who just came from this. He was kidnapped in this box or whatever. And they found out that this boy is from like this place that's outside the Badlands. That's like a kind of utopia place that's not ruled by barons or anything like that. But it's always been like a fable. It hasn't been proven to be real
Oh,
or
that's
whatnot.
bad. That's really, really bad.
What?
Bad.
No, I'm listening to the story and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that's bad. That's really bad.
Why?
Because they're talking about
You have a
Badlands.
group of power-hungry people
Mhm.
living in a place called the Badlands.
Yeah.
Which means that it gives the idea that there's not a lot of water, resources are kind of
Well, no,
scarce.
no. They got.
Hold
They
on.
got mad resources. Resources are.
Hold on, let me
resources
finish.
are good and everything.
I'm just saying, this is Final Fantasy. This is approaching Final Fantasy VII Promised Land bullshit. That kid needed to off himself because the only thing that's going to come to that place now is misery.
The thing is, though, the kid, he wants to find his mom and get back home. But his mom is more than likely dead, so he's going to try to get back home the best he can. The thing is, though, this kid is very well wanted amongst other barons because he has this ability whenever he bleeds, whenever he's cut, he, like, goes, like, demon berserk and just snaps.
Oh, he just loses his shit. Okay.
Yeah, he, like, goes demon berserk, and, like this one dude like punched him and like made him bleed or whatever, like bust his lip. Just that small drop of blood just made him go berserk. He like grabbed the kid, slammed him up against a mirror, like threw him up against a mirror. He did like a flip kick up and like launched him up against a mirror. Like,
Essentially,
10
how
feet
dare
away.
you make me bleed my own
And
blood,
then
you bastard.
The mirror broke. He took the mirror and threw it in the kid's eye. A chunk of the
What's
mirror
the
and
name
just
of
like
this?
threw it
Into
into
the
his eye.
Badlands.
Into the Badlands. It's on AMC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. For me.
Oh.
I think the internet is a thing.
But the they usually like
Have you heard
replay
anything
it
about Dark Matter, by
overnight.
the way?
no I haven't.
Yeah, hang on, let me
But
bring it back over.
yeah, Into the Badlands.
I've been wanting to.
It's a very
Well,
unique
you passed
story.
I saw.
Okay.
Very unique story. I would suggest it, like just to at least check it out.
Alright,
It's got a good story. It's got a good story like underneath, and it's got good choreography. The choreography is really good.
Okay.
It's the reason why sci-fi is rebranding itself from sci-fi back to sci-fi like it should have been in the first
Yeah,
friggin'
about
place.
that. That was when I heard that news. That was crazy. I was like, they
Wait.
finally
They're
are gonna-
changing from the little.
They're going
sci-fi
they're
to
going back to
sci-fi.
sci-fi because they what it took them friggin' almost a half a decade to friggin' realize was that they rebranded themselves to stupid shit right as the nerd boom was taking off. So they were poised to capitalize on all of that, and they threw it all away.
Yeah.
To make Sharknado 2.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
go over because I saw something.
well-
That one, Sense8.
Sense8.
Have you seen that?
I
Since
have
8,
not. I put it on my
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
list.
watch list.
What was it like 2 days
Dude.
ago?
You
Yeah.
have to. My sister is like, "Yo, you need to sit down and watch this," and I'm like, "Ah, man, this looks kind of goofy." No, trust me, sit down and watch this. And when I did that, we sat down, we watched the entire thing. It's good in the same. It's good and fascinating the same way. And you're gonna get this. This good and fascinating the same way.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Shut up. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Speaker.
Yes,
Speed Rapper.
it's good. It's Speedgrapher good.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Where
Oh my
it's
goodness.
it's
Okay.
about
All right. I'll
it's
sit down and
about
watch it.
it's an alternative take on like telepathy where it's 8 people. They all share like a similar genetic marker, but it's 8 people around the world that become telepathically linked in like a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And as the link goes stronger, they become able to share emotions, knowledge, thoughts, ideas. They can communicate over large distances, that sort of thing.
So like where one would have been expert with knives, the other one was expert with guns, and they kind of exchange.
One is
that.
a martial artist, one is a police officer, one is a hacker, one is an entrepreneur, one is a DJ. You know, but it's. I
Can
hate
any
to
of
say
them
this,
cook?
but it's people stuff, but cool. Because, for instance, that scene right there, that's not actually her. She was in the middle of a fight in South Korea, and what happened was that one of the black guy, there was a weird hostage situation. The guy's mom was being threatened. He had to do a thing.
Yeah.
And so he was in this fight. He was literally like kind of dodging and fighting. He doesn't know how to fight. He's not a fighter. And so she was in the middle of a fight, realized, and like they established a link, and then so she bled over into his brain. And she knew how to fight with blades. So all of a sudden he was fighting with blades. And him with his Jean-Claude Van Damme fetish was like, holy shit, what is even going on right now?
It's just
No screaming, no wacky nonsense. It's just she was there and she was in his body, and then she whooped the other dude's ass, and everybody's like, holy shit, what is even going on right now? We can't bother him. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
What's some actual stuff that you've seen? Brandon?
He's been describing most of what I've been seeing as it is. I do know that one of the ones I want to take a look at here later is Dark Matter.
Right.
Like, I mean, there's not a lot to really say. It's basically a bunch of people on a spaceship waking up after finding out. And as it says here, I can't really describe it any better than this. A spaceship carrying weapons, a crew of 6 with their memories erased, under attack by another vessel. Welcome aboard.
and it doesn't immediately end with them blowing up because they have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the
Pretty
establishing shots is a girl in leggings. They don't like that. Doesn't exactly inspire confidence.
She might have just been like one of the civilians that was on the ship, or she might have been like
I mean,
a tech.
I mean, if this is the future, I don't know. Leggings are in the future, I guess.
Let's see.
New Ruby season's out. They're up to
Yeah.
episode 5. It's
I need to-
fairly solid.
I'll catch
Just
up
started
to
up.
that. I want to catch up to American Horror Story.
I actually haven't bothered since second season.
You know what?
Second season was a fucking mindfuck.
Second season was all over the place.
It really was.
Yeah.
Second
What do you think of the
season,
ending of second season? Do you remember which one was the second season?
Yeah, second
Yeah,
season.
second
was
season was
Asylum.
the Asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it,
just-
it had the serial killer, it had the weird genetic experiments at the asylum, and it had the aliens
Alien.
all at the same time. That's
Yeah.
too much.
So I was like, I just gave it up, and then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna wait till you guys get your stuff together, and then I'll come back to it.
And I just haven't.
Has anyone taken a look at this?
Gotham.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but every time I hear stuff about it, it's like never, like
I keep
Good.
hearing that they keep bringing characters in too early. Like,
I
I
mean-
heard they brought the guy who's supposed to be the Joker. They brought him
No,
in too
no.
early. They brought the girl who's supposed to be
The
Harley
funny
Quinn in
thing-
too early.
well, I'm not sure about Harley Quinn, but I know as far as the Joker, they said that it's not the Joker, it's the concept. They're making the Joker a concept. Like we all have the Joker inside of us.
No, because that is never how the Joker was. And
All it
I can't
takes-
accept that.
All
because
it
he's
takes
one
is
of my
one
favorite
bad
villains.
day. All it takes
One
is
of my
one
favorite
bad
villains.
day.
I can't